Hello.
What is up with those mannequins?
Okay, be quiet. I'm doing an introduction. Welcome back to my In Sound Mind playthrough, where last time we explored
Remember when Virginia said she was knitting her own octopus doll? I wonder if she ever finished it.
Of the building. We explored a bit more and found a tape for an owl
Back in
guy.
we go.
Come back alive, please.
I'll try.
Hey, what you doing? Are you being that bastard that hasn't subscribed yet? Well, why don't you join one of us that have subscribed? As well as that, you might as well tune down into the description down below, where I have a new subreddit called r/RealmHQ. Other than that, back to your regularly scheduled program.
Apparently, though, he might have some anger management issues. Other than that, I have no idea what to expect from this table. Guess we'll find out. Hey, boats. And there's a whale carcass. Is there like multiple paths?
Okay, Mr. Shore, tape's running. Thank you for agreeing to be recorded.
Oh, should I just start talking? What do you want to know?
What made you decide to seek counseling?
Ah, man, Doc, it's just weird. As in, I feel weird, like I'm weird all the time, you know? I'm not saying this right. People think I'm weird, and it's cool I am, but I shouldn't feel weird, right?
Oof. Doesn't feel like it belongs. Of course, we have nothing else to go off of besides the fact he said that it feels weird, so...
How exactly do you feel weird?
Off, odd, slightly guilty. I've had these nightmares. Ever since I can remember, I've always had these horrific dreams I can't explain. And they recur. Man, like there are themes in them that keep coming back. And honestly, Doc, it's been such a constant that I shape my life around them, you know?
Probably not premonitions, but still something. Interesting, though, that again, it's a bunch of whale bones.
Have you ever seen anyone about these recurring nightmares?
Like a shrink like you? No. Honestly, for the longest time, I thought it was normal life to wake up sweating, to see things in the dark. Frightful things.
Those are brought on because of things. Oh, God. Speaking of nightmares, I remember I had a nightmare of, what was it? Okay, you've seen I played Fallout 4, stuff like that. Here's a fun bit. Before I got my desktop, I had to put my other desktop on hiatus because otherwise it would have possibly corrupted the storage drives, which I needed not corrupted because of the live streams with Buddy. Well, here's the fun part. When I put on hiatus, the only thing I had for entertainment was my old Xbox. So I played that. Well, I was like, fuck it. If I'm going to be playing it, I'm going to be trying to beat games. So I beat Just Cause 3 on that one. I beat Just Cause 4 on that one. I beat Fallout 4 on the Xbox and stuff like that. Here's the thing about the Fallout 4 stuff. There's one specific thing, and this does tune into the nightmare and stuff like that. Basically, I was like attacking this mutant. He was over towards the hardware store. Or hardware town, or whatever the hell you call it. Basically, I was like, alright, I'm gonna go attack him. I know I got a text from Potato to technically not exactly let the game run. but I'm not also in a point where I'm gonna need to worry. So, anyway, basic idea. I swung. I meant to hit the guy. I no-clipped into the ground. Except the problem was because the game was like, he's not in a place. He no-clipped below the map, but he's not in one of the subterranean zones. So it sent me. It legitimately sent me just across the map. Like I went from, again, around Hardware Town, all the way over to, I want to say, in between like Green Tech and the CIT ruins, somewhere around there. And it was like weird, because like I got sent, I was like, what the fuck? And then I was stuck underground, and I was like, great, how do I get out? Well, it turns out there was one of those mole rats, the ones with the mines on their backs. And I saw it, and I was like, oh shit. Wait, I think, because it was in a garage, it might have been that one lady who has like a pack of mole rats that are laden with mines. But I swung up, I caused the melee, I went VATS, meleeed it, and I was out. I was like, okay. Here's how it ties into it. Of course I was having a ton of stress. Because, like, I don't have a desktop. I'm wanting to start shit, but I can't do anything because I don't have a desktop. So then, one of the nightmares I had, I dreamt, because again, while I'm playing with the Xbox, like, I don't really see the outsides of the screen. So it kind of feels like I'm viewing it, not exactly VR, but similar, to the point where it's immersive and I'm not paying attention to everything else. But the dream was like in that kind of zone, where it's like the whole view is just the TV playing what seemed like Fallout 4, except the whole place was just a wasteland of what was under the map sort of thing. My guy was just traversing around, and then like towards the very end, this massive black charged me. Here's the worst part. I woke up. I was like, ah! But when I woke up, and I had Con at the time too. I woke up, I shit you not, I could not tell because the trailer shook, probably from me jolting up. Could also have been because Colin was like, what the fuck? And was jumping around being like, what the fuck's going on? One of those two, or just the trailer shook because in general. But it made it feel like, because again, what basically happened is I got charged. The trailer shook, and I was like, ah! It's one of those fucking nightmares. It's like, great. I woke up from it, but I can't tell if I'm still awake. But yeah. Oh no, that's where I just came. Oh, did we? Oh yeah, we did, because he had the nightmare. And the idea was that he was asked, has he seen another therapist about it? It is interesting the notion that when somebody goes to a therapist, if they do not see therapy all that well, they call them a shrink. Because again, they don't see them as being worthy of a title of a therapist or any degree, so they just call them, well, nicknames that are not exactly derogatory, but not exactly in a place of respect. So,
What is it that frightens you out?
See, that's the thing I don't get. My whole life, I could feel the presence of shadows. I could hear sorrow in the dark. It's poetic, man, I know. I got so used to being paralyzed by dread that I began to like it. And people notice, you know, I say weird stuff sometimes, I guess. At some point, I just decided to live comfortably in this reality, maintaining a beacon of light over a sea of darkness, alone and afraid. But I'd be lying if I didn't admit that it being swallowed by darkness or sinking in the depths. It makes me feel alive, man. It's electric.
that's why he has anger issues. If if he even has them. It sounds like he had no feasible control, or no control, especially with those dreams. I would suspect that he was dreaming about the fact that he had little control over stuff. And so he embraced the fact he had no control. But that's the problem, is that he couldn't find a suitable way out. So he may be dead from an accidental unaliving himself. That was a short tape, though. I thought we were gonna have to go face him or something. Oh no, here we go. This is where we have to go face him. Yep, this is the purple. Look at you, Mr. Private Detective. What do you think is behind all this? Bigfoot? Aliens? Big bad governmental officials? Shed some light on the situation, why don't you? Oh, shit. Oh, I see. Anything over here, though? Yes. Food and ammo. Just you guys? Position to go and not expect me not to, or expect me not to go around. Oh, we get to deal with the radios here. Should relatively be on that boat. Oh, I don't like that. Wait, what was that? No, I thought I saw it purple. So, what's in here? Fishing cabin. I can't see shit. So what happens if I wanted to go up this way? Something specifically to stop me? Contimos Cove and Icarus Woods. Both the light and dark will hurt you. Perhaps like him, you should get a job at the lighthouse, alone and afraid. I was just fucking going over here for... What the fuck's over here? Ain't you forgetting something? But there's something... Fine. Go visit the lighthouse. Better with the cargo containers. Ooh, I see. There definitely is something here.
Better get out of these waters.
I got it. Food and battery. At least give me some ammo. Where the fuck do I go then? Patmos Beach. So if we follow this, it's the problem, it doesn't lead anywhere past this. Okay, where the fuck do I go? I don't suppose outshine the light will work. Oh, was that what I was forgetting? The fucking light. That's fucking creepy. Yep, that's all I was forgetting.
In Greek mythology, Icarus flies too close to the sun and it kills him. I'll spare you the analogy. In our story, you're going to bring the sun to Alan, and the both of you will burn.
Okay. Will the thing even reach over here? Probably not. Perhaps when the sun lays its head upon a pillow of water, and the cloud responds in orange. In pink, you shall see the revelation, as John did at Palamos. Anonymous. Yeah, interesting. I'm assuming... Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, Virginia County blackouts. Is the truth stranger than fiction? What else could it be but a high-powered EMP, says Lenny Crumb, as he puts the final touches on a sign that reads Planet Home. One of the several homemade signs made by locals today at the Extraterrestrials of Milton biannual gathering. Theories and conspiracies could be heard at every take, as residents try to make sense of the recent sudden blackouts around the county. Look, it's probably malfunction when the Earths approached the Earth, or they did this on purpose, says Lenny. This is far from the only speculation we've heard the last few days. It's important to note that it doesn't seem to be receiving, if any, attention from other news sources. While this investigative journalist doesn't wish to raise any red flags, I can't help but wonder why that is. Have we finally stumbled upon a real conspiracy, one that is being closely monitored by the government, suits, and protected by a gag order, or are we just reading too much in the mundane? Listen more on the next. I would assume that you guys are reading too much into it, and that what it actually is something else. So, wait, am I just supposed to... Yeah, okay. So, was this... Oh, that was here, or is there something still? Ah, it's just further in. Got it. Let's see if I can find anything. Milton Haven. Sorry, no light at the end of this tunnel. Maybe at the top of the tower, bottom of the pit. I'm just trying to find whatever the hell's over here, pal. Here, got it. Stealth. Batteries. Okay, I think we're pretty good prepped to actually do this stuff. Icarus Woods. Well, that's the fun part. Pretty much everything else is this way. So we'll need to watch out in case there's any foes. Okay, I get it. some of them have a chance to drop and shit. Other ones don't. Got it. I don't suppose it keeps spawning them in. Probably not, but still. Okay, what do you got? Full name, Max Yargard. Emergency contact. Date of incident, 2 a.m. on the road next to the Icarus Lighthouse. Thought it was a blown out tire at first, but the asphalt in the road is melting, or something's odd. Truck stopped short a few hundred feet, and then it stops. Okay. So I'm assuming this is tying it back to the company. Because of the fact... Ow, I got it. So it hurts. That's what it was. How do I get in there? Oh, I see. Anything.
As he climbed higher and higher in the sky, do you think Icarus contemplated how weird a person he was? Why can't he just be normal?
I mean, that's not what the
parents
story
pushed him to be a
was.
lawyer, to be a doctor, like your parents did.
Well, no, that's not the story of Icarus. Well, the idea is that Icarus did end
It's blocked from the other side.
No, the tale of Icarus is that his father and his himself were imprisoned in where the hell's basically the story of Icarus is that the father and the son worked on a project. So if you know fucking Greek mythology, fucking the son and the father were brought in to work on the maze for the Minotaur. The son of the king, who was obviously not his son, it was, if I remember correctly, it's like one of those abominations that gets born just because Zeus was horny. Literally, that's like half of Greek mythology. This happened because Zeus was horny. But anyway, yeah, so the basic idea was that they got imprisoned because, well, they were the only people that knew how to actually get out of the cave, or out of the maze. So the king was like, well, if you guys are the only people, I can't exactly have you roaming around. Of course, the question would be like, why not? We could just swear secrecy. Ah, you can, but if you break that secrecy, then I'm going to be left just holding the bag. See, what I need is for you guys to never speak about this. And while I don't feel like killing you guys, I do feel like imprisonment would be the next best thing. Since either you guys die or you're imprisoned by me. It's like, no, we don't want to get in prison. Well, too bad. You built it, so you have to get imprisoned. It's like, what the fuck kind of... Anyway, but yeah, that's the basic idea around it. Okay, how the hell do I get in here? Obviously go into here. My thought is if you can climb this, but you can't. That entranceway isn't for this. It's for in case you get stuck. Supposed to go into here. Don't need to get fucking sniped by that thing. Alright. Information Center. We're here. This leads to Milton Wharf, and the other one leads to the lighthouse. That's stamina, that's food, that's ammo. What do you have to say? Mystery deepens in lighthouse fire. Oh, I think he died by fire. On Monday last week, we at Virgil County Gazette found out that an ominous call has been placed to local police. The caller on the other side the line did not identify himself, but after some investigation, we believe it might have been Milton Haven's Alan Shore, lighthouse operator at beloved Patmos Bay. Ask any county local, and okay, so he did die in a fire, I think. Die in a fire. Anyway, but no, the basic idea was that the king imprisoned them on account of the fact that they were the only people who knew the secret. So the father and the son were like, fuck no, we're not staying in here. But they didn't exactly have a choice, because they were trapped at the very top. They couldn't exactly just climb down, because then they would just get hit by guards. So then the father was like, you know, fuck it. There is one way out. I've been thinking about creating wings. Of course, the son goes along with it. He's like, yeah, fuck it. I mean, you got a way out. I don't mind going and trying to fly. I mean, we either die by falling or we die by staying here all our lives. Better than nothing. And so they go and they create the thing, the wings. They make it out of feathers and wax, which obviously isn't how you would structurally actually fly, but it's Greek mythology. So basically, they created their wings. They flew out of the thing, but Icarus, because he was a child and he only really knew not that much of life, just flew. He went higher and higher until eventually, and even though again it's not scientifically sound at all, the higher and higher you get, the colder it gets. There's a fun bit though, that because of how pressure works, the deeper down, more pressure applied, the more you need to heat something up to bring it to boil. And in the inverse works. So if you were to go to space and say a helium balloon, like who the fuck was it? The first ever man that jumped from space. It's like Hal Baumgartner. No, not him. John Staff was the Rocket Man. Fuck, how the fuck did I forget his name? It's goddamn Project Excelsior. Or Manhigh as well. Excelsior was the damn parachutes. Joe Kittinger, that's what it was. He worked with Paul Staff. That's why I remembered his name. Because John Paul Staff was on, I believe, Operation Manhigh. I don't know if he was in Project Excelsior, but Project Excelsior was a development of multi-stage parachutes. So if you've ever seen a fighter pilot eject, that multi-stage parachute is because of the work Joe Kittinger and the people who worked on it did. If you want to know why we have seatbelts and why fucking the fighter jet could even have somebody fly that high, then you look at John Paul Staff, the fastest man alive, and it's like weird. Okay, so the first man to fall from space with a parachute, and the first man to go faster than 600 miles per hour on a rocket sled. Yeah, anyway, it's funny because he figured out he has the most recorded ever survived level of G-forces, and I think it's like 46 Gs. Which, if you're like somebody who actually knows what I'm talking about, you're like, what? No. When you go at 9 Gs, you go and you pass out and you die. It's like, no. You can get exerted to 9 Gs for only a few seconds before you black out. You don't die from it unless you fuck up the landing. And if you even attempt a landing at 9 Gs. It's the other bit that he had sufficient enough of a safety harness, as well as he figured out this shit by literally putting himself on the rocket sled and being like, hey, these dummies don't have flesh. Let's fucking go shove me down a fucking fucking railroad at fucking Mach, or at like 0.5 Mach or so. See where we get with that. It's like, or no, what was it? I don't. Hey Google, how fast is Mach 1? That's not... Yeah, that's about 1,000 miles per hour. Hey Google, how fast is Mach 1 in miles?
Around 761 miles per hour.
Yeah, he literally almost went Mach. It was only 100-ish miles off Mach. God damn, yeah, no, he went fucking fast, and it wasn't even a jet, for crying out loud. Anyway, they will tell you, if you ask any locals, they will tell you that Virginia County residents, specifically Milton Haven, are no stranger to... No, I don't think that's the same thing. No, that is okay. After unexplainable phenomenon. From disappearing children to reports of ghostly sighting or ghost sightings and extraterrestrial visits. Alan Shore's house after the arson. So why has this incident caught our attention so? As many of you know, last week's Mysteries Blackout and maybe not so coincidental fire at Patmos lighthouse grounds may have well be linked. Anyway, the basic idea was that Icarus fell, but it doesn't work scientifically because the higher you get out of our atmosphere, the actual easier it is to boil. But it doesn't increase your temp. So maybe it is scientifically accurate. In the weirdest way, it wasn't the sun that cooked the wings. It was his own body. Oh, for fuck's sake, that might be why. Because, okay, again, pressure. Pressure, the lower it gets, the easier it is to cook something. Well, the idea is that the higher you get, if you don't have a pressure suit to bring you back down, you end up boiling your blood boils from your own body. So there could be technically... Oh, fuck. The myth is scientifically accurate, but in not the way people thought is. Fuck. Okay, well, on that revelation, we're going to end it off here. Thank you for tuning in, all that jazz, like and subscribe. Comment down below and see this video. Other than that, have a great day.